Nerves on the stage as paiN sit in their seats. They want to bring the pace. This pistol round coming in quick.
Straight out the heart, straight into Yuri. These dual Berettas, chance to perform early. He's going to get overran, but it's not going swimmingly for paiN as the rest of them are cut down. Only Davideus remains. And so FURIA start off this quarterfinal in full swing, repelling a fast A play out of paiN.
It's late smokes here for paiN, waiting out the initial volley. FURIA get their nades in. paiN start to move late. That's a spam. Yakinda tries to cross vent and go down off the smokes. How about a double? DGT does him dirty, and paiN get gifted away in.
I mean, look, that's a stroke of luck and a half for this round opener. DGT on the spam finds a 5v3. If you're paiN here, you've done the hard bit of the round. You just need to stick the landing here, dodge the stack.
Where's the rifle gone?
Fallen can't find it. Ended up down the vent as a result. Will be in the right place, I guess, but he's completely surrounded. paiN all around him. Fallen still going. And suddenly FURIA might be tempted to give this round a go after all.
Yeah, pull the brakes. This has gotten a little sloppy in the B bomb site. paiN won't commit into B instant. They wait, they see if a reaction comes through. If FURIA get hunting, creeping into this lower site would be the remedy to get their first round.
Reassuring stuff that they don't overthink that. I think it would have been easy to do with DGT still floating around in the lobby, right? And so paiN group up, they dodge this. Hasn't got to fire the AWP just yet. But this is the young AWP star of FURIA. The international signing that at first left you scratching your head. Well, didn't take you long to get to grips with what Molodoy can put down range.
Need to rotate quick. This one's been stalled out.
Fallen's taken up this position, but he's got the weight of the entire round on his shoulders. If they get past him at ramp, suddenly the round's back on. And so Fallen has to hold on to this ramp control. He's got support from Yakinda. NQZ caught with nades pulled. And Snow is that lone survivor, the one guy that made it across out in yard. Suddenly left in this clutch. He is fully surrounded. FURIA swarm that ramp room.
It was all NQZ. Is he given the chance here with the smokes down? FURIA still look to fight through them. Oh.
Kendall might be getting spammed, but he's still keen on fighting for this yard space. paiN try and show him it's a bad move. Yuri also cut down in amongst this outside scrapping.
Are you ready for two more in garage? Surely not.
Yeah, this will be players 3 and 4 you've seen out in the yard. And so Serato, bit of trigger discipline.
It's a good warning of where they're ending up, but FURIA have no one in the right place.
Fallen's already dropped down lower. So won't be a part of a topside play. paiN, eyes set on getting out through the door, through the hut. Fallen's starting to reconsider this now.
Might be too late.
Right as Molodoy gets up into heaven, they're already spilling out through the hut, but one kill from this AWP, and suddenly the ball's rolling on a retake again.
Pathing really nicely, paiN going underneath the heavens so that he never gets a shot. They never give him a way back in. paiN want to win this off a bomb bomb, but another fight's taken, and another kill comes in.
That's the one that gets their interest. That's the blood in the water, and now FURIA comes circling for this retake.
One flashbang, it might be enough.
It's back on Fallen in main. He's going to use it to try and get his heaven players in. Flash deployed. Backside player dead. Molodoy, the AWP not missing. And he's still going forth on this retake. Molodoy hitting every single shot. DGT wondering how this went so wrong as he tries to clutch up in the 1v3. But no time for DGT's heroics. All the kills, none of the glory. Talking again about just the experience difference between these teams, it's night and day. Fallen, the man who kind of brought Counter-Strike to Brazil, the inspiration behind guys in the paiN jersey. Oh, out in the yard, Yakinda able to get one for his troubles. It's a quick trade back for Davideus.
You'll take those trades if you're paiN, right? Yakinda's going to try and cause a lot of chaos in this CT side. He's going to fight through smokes. He's going to push you. He's not going to relent on his aggression. At times, it's let his teams down. In this FURIA squad, it's lifting them up. He's been the standout player alongside Molodoj. These imports for FURIA going far, further than before. Molodoj in the right place at the right time, but NQZ's patience looks to pay off.
They're the kills NQZ has to be picking up if he wants paiN to have a chance in this quarterfinal. Stopping this spillover is Yuri though, and there's fallN helping him out in the blink of an eye. It's just NQZ left standing. The guy that got the ball rolling on this round, the one that kind of tempted them into the topside play.
Most strange, right, to imagine that a decorated AWP player could swap to such a punishing rifle role, but he's actually been pretty good. He's not exactly a star in the stats department, but considering you have other vocal players like Yakinda, who know what they want, who can call mid-rounds, who can remain mobile.
I'll have the info ahead of time what paiN are hoping to do out here in the yard, because there still aren't these smokes down. Yakinda are waiting back in main, Molodoj holding the cross, and then you have paiN coming up a little bit later from the secret stairs. Outside feels like a death trap.
Nowhere is safe. FURIA ready to pounce. paiN comes up from the stairs, and he lines up 2 kills before the AWP gets a shot out. There's still a lurker to worry. DGT back at the head. NQZ finds the AWP, and now we're cooking. paiN 2v2. The only question is, where did Yuri go?
I mean, fallN's also been making moves in the downtime. This re-aggression into the lobby knocks DGT out of play. NQZ didn't attempt that 1v3 clutch this time. Or last time rather, but this time he thinks this 1v2 has something going. Drop in down towards lower. There's one man here to face him early, it's fallN.
Yeah, he's in the perfect position. Prior warning, he hears the steps and he gets the easy kill to close this out for FURIA yet again.
So yeah, they end up with that lobby control. Round gets close, but still far from worry for FURIA.
These smokes look like you're trying to path towards garage or wrap around the world, right? Look at how weird they're down. But paiN is just using them to get that secret control. They're trying to put the fear in FURIA. The players will go round the world. paiN will not. They make it down unscathed. Lurker not quite the same.
No, and I mean, the lurks have been something that have been finding kills for paiN, right? They've been able to kind of try and turn the tide in the mid-round thanks to their lurking players. And so losing DGT there out in the lobby on that push in a ramp room, that hurts for paiN. And now trying to contain Yuri in the vents. It's not going according to plan. That's a huge pickup for bigazera.
Oh dear.
fallN also iced out. paiN are finally on the verge of breaking this FURIA streak. Molodoj looks on with the AWP. Doesn't want to give them the satisfaction. Tries to play through the smoke down on ramp. Molodoj flings himself into the action here. Creeping in behind enemy lines now. They've got no clue that this AWP has ended up right behind them. Molodoj with the first. Knows he made it past someone, can't get gun on in time. paiN now has info to play with. And it's young Snow, 18 years old, 8 points of health, left up against paiN. Defuse held, and Snow taps him out of it. That's a huge 3K, a hat trick. If you wait for this smoke, going to be about 20 seconds left as this sight hit begins for paiN. Seems like they are waiting for now. Spam connects out of Yakinda. He hears that gets his intrigue. Gets him looking into the vents. They start to pile through now. Into fallN. Up the vent. paiN's already here. This is a massive round. Beautiful chaos. Can DGT find any meaning in it? 3 kills. Bomb on his back. A plant now found. No one running at him yet. They start to make their way out. Molodoj with the charge. And clutch denied.
As paiN just gets stalled out once more. Faking this upper site before they pop. bigazera round the world. We've never seen them make it this far before.
He has been able to get well and truly behind enemy lines.
Ready for 1, are you ready for 4?
And now the rest of the gang try and join back up with bigazera. They're going to follow their captain into hell. Will they make it back again? Yuri. Knowing about up in the heavens now. Util starting to rain in. They're hoping to make life hard for Yuri, and they'll chase him down. He still gets out with 1 on the fullback. Keeping FURIA in pole position. paiN desperately looking for that way back in. A fourth round. Not much to go off of.
This slip is really nice down to B, but Yakinda's realized it.
Gonna get here ahead of time. Yakinda closing the net. They're trying to take away this key map control. You want control over the double doors for this lower plant. The mollies allowed them that much. It's gonna be settled in this lower retake. FURIA eyeing up a very strong CT finish. If they can get past NQZ and DGT, but it's this duo that have been turning heads for paiN, and they'll do it one more time. 4 rounds is all they manage on the half. paiN, it's their pick. Will that be enough to keep them in this quarterfinal?
But Molodoi is suffocating indeed on that CT side, here, there, and everywhere with the AWP. Pissed around with a lot of grenades here for FURIA. They're going to start going fast towards the ramp. A fake out for paiN to get him down the vent, and that cuts off the line of rotation. Fallen won't make it. NQZ's Julies fire 1,000 a second, and he'll have to drop off as paiN rotate lower into paiN. FURIA going deeper. FURIA undecided.
Pistol round represents a world of possibilities to paiN. If they're able to pick it up, suddenly this scoreline doesn't feel like they're lagging so far behind. But that's a huge swing kill down in the lower.
Crazy shot.
paiN has provided safe passage to this bomb, given FURIA a 3-on-3. Left paiN once again feeling that pressure. Davideus, an unforgivable miss. It lets Molodoi continue fighting over towards ramp.
Is he ready for more?
And this swing they took at Molodoi looked to undo the entire round. Snow was able to find him, but still, this is dire straits now for paiN. They have to go hunting these two players in the post plant, and Snow can't put the fresh mag in time. Will get the gun out and whips back paiN. Real close on the defuse, but it's another one that Snow helps provide for paiN.
Yeah, give him your energy, Austin. With DGT calling for support just in time. The whole map is quiet. paiN piecing it together. FURIA right around that corner.
Did after paiN win that pistol, everyone on the team is breathing this collective sigh of relief, feeling like they can get back into this game. But there's this force fire round you have to get past, and if you don't, it's all for naught. Snow on the drop down, trying to move in, desperate times, calling for the most desperate of measures, and as everyone scrambles, FURIA cut them down.
Desperation couldn't be a better word, Harry. Absolutely flooding that B-bomb site. Fallen with an unbelievable Tech 9 tap, and they follow up onto DGT clean.
This is FURIA at their best. This is paiN at their most nervous.
Yeah, we called Yakinda the hammer of VP. The hard head at the front of the pack, pushing outside, is caught off guard. paiN given a chance, but that gun is not getting out for free. Yuri provides cover and a gamble. paiN cleared out the lobby as paiN left. He never knew, so paiN make a rotation that FURIA will not expect. Full stacked, all together.
That's the hero gun, jump shot from Fallen, and he's just keeping this entire stack down on the lower side. Fallen, a very good job of misdirecting the CTs here. The rest of his team have taken the top side of the map. They know they've got this round in the bag.
Yeah, that's why you don't run blind into a site, right? Fallen gets the info. By the time he's dead, he's called 3 players are still alive on that lower site. So FURIA just speed up, get a bomb plant, and he buys a few seconds that make all the difference. That mean paiN can't get out of their positions, and yet again are forced to save their guns. This is a FURIA who have high ambitions, higher than just a playoff appearance. A FURIA who, in their debut tournament, took a map off of Team Spirit, even made Nuke close. This is a FURIA who, dare I say, could fight for a grand final here in Austin. Do not count them out. Full control of this quarterfinal. FURIA, can they finish with a bang?
more of this scrapping for yard control. DGT tries his hand at making it over to Secret. That's a convincing opener. Yuri on the receiving end of it, but as DGT backs up, there's more heads to this FURIA beast out in the yard. Yakinda rears his above the smokes and brings this back into a 4-on-4.
Snow's got to be careful, yeah.
I mean, he's going to be the one in this swing position, the linchpin position that decides the outcome of the round. If Snow can get away with a multi-kill, maybe just the info's enough. He gets that spot on the jump, repositions, backs up and run down. FURIA play with pace. Big Azera mollied off. This was the one buy round for paiN, and they can feel it getting away from them. This might just be a failure to launch of a map for this paiN squad.
I love the experience call there for FURIA, just speeding up when they spot Snow. He goes back into the bomb site, but that's not a better fight for him than the headshot angle. FURIA know exactly where he has to be. They hunt him down. They had trades at the ready, but at no step had FURIA needed that. Continually knocking down this front door of paiN, who have been saving all CT side long, and this round is no different, except FURIA are chasing. Rabid to remove these rifles to make this a clinical victory in a quarterfinal with a new roster of the top of the year, and FURIA are but a round away from stealing paiN's pick.
Okay, good. Moldoy, UAV secret, no free, bro. Fucking 20 bullets, okay?
Maybe it was
no, go AK.
I love that. Your in-game leader tells you to pull out the AK because he's feeling it.
Yeah, let's see why. I mean, that means it's going to be a pacey round. That's what they've teed themselves up for. Straight out in a ramp. Yuri running interference, just the one out of DGT. And here's the drop down into lower. paiN, their speed of these rotates, their faith in one another tested here as they start to scramble bodies down the vents into lower. Snow fed to FURIA first. And this might be the beginning of the end. paiN on their map pick, left in the balance of this 3v3 retake at lower.
An impressive game from FURIA, an impressive major with no signs of stopping at the first match on the stage. They look to convert a 2v3 in the post-spawn. It's Moldoy, first major, and Yuri sat back, relaxed, waiting, unbothered, in their lane on this B-bomb site, and paiN start to crumble.
Here's the push out. Oh, Moldoy sandwiched and Big Azera, the captain of paiN, offering up some resistance. Feels nice that he at least gets to use one. Feel like it didn't even get to make an appearance in this second half, would have been heartbreaking. So at least has a round to play with his weapon of choice here. NQZ, chance to show us what he's made of on this AW, but Fallen gonna get rid of it. There's only enough room for one Brazilian AWP in the server.
Oh my God, barrel, Caserato, that's clinical on the top side. Sends them 6 feet under, and 6 rounds may be all they get as FURIA waits, chomping at the bit for these smokes to fade. That will signal the end of the game. DGT last alive and not for long as FURIA show up in the Austin Major with something to say, with a statement in their first map of the quarterfinal. 13-6, clean as can be, no stress.
He's just one map away from the semi-finals in Austin.
Austin, you've been awesome all day. It's only going to get better as the week continues. FURIA come in as paiN rush this B-bomb site, and Yakinda in E-box ready to receive.
He's got support on the way, not in this alone. Fallen taking this first bit of contact out through Temple, but there's a lot of sight lines open here for FURIA. No util to lock this out either if you're paiN. So instead they play group, they play it together. 3 players back in main, leaving Snow in the site alone. That's an easy pickup for FURIA. The pistols spamming through, catching a couple of players. You're reliant on spams, you're reliant on luck going your way. paiN coming through with even more, but that defuse getting held now. DGT lines him up, racks him up. That's a huge 4K to open up this pistol. pistol round. They left it to chance.
Through the smoke, no second option, no other way to win the round. You just have to get them off the bomb time and time again. DGT does it dirty with 4 kills. Cool boost in the post one as well to give him a nice angle. NQZ able to snipe them off. And paiN with a pistol, an explosive one of that.
Molodoy never shy of making a play. Gets aggressive over towards main. And that's where FURIA actually put a lot of their resources in this round. 3 players on this A main position. Leaves them on a bit of a natural timer here, but they'll get rewarded for a kill. DGT tries to play through this main smoke. The rest of paiN are teeing up right now to try and split this side of the map. That's going to leave them walking into the 3-man stack.
Oh, Molodoy hears them going deep in Temple as well, so even though FURIA are technically out of position, they've got all the information. paiN are walking in. Unbeknownst to them, what's lurking behind.
The
a
timing
glass
as well.
orb chasing this pack of players as they attack this B site.
Guys in B know to watch their backs. That's the big hole right now that paiN are hoping to exploit. So you won't catch any players for free. Molodoy plays his hand now. First shot misses. This guy does never seem to let those swings and misses define him. Goes back in for a little bit more. Important trade. Good spot for Snow. He's got both players right here in front of him. And just doing chip damage as NQZ watches on. Nade gonna find Snow.
Uh-oh.
NQZ smoked off, no choice but to play through it. Serato and Yuri to try put a stop to him. The spam's connecting, it's gonna be close, it's awkward. And Yuri's got the cover. Down to the wire, but just sniped away.
Because even though they have the track record, paiN do not. Starting T side is a very nice place to be. Orb saved on, rifles back out. This bite better than the last for paiN, so FURIA will bring the heat.
Gonna have a lot of ideas, different shades of aggression to open up these rounds. That's a wild pickup for Serato.
For more?
And he even hangs around. Not content with just the one and done. They don't give him that straight up fight he was hoping for. Serato's roll gets slowed over here in mid. Fallen lurking on the other side of this smoke. And it looks like he might go unaccounted for entirely. It's aggression through dark. That's the next bit of info for paiN. Fallen walking up in middle. This was just cleared and he's got the spot. Will he get away in time? No. Big Azera chases him down. Serato warp now on the angle. Serato with the swing. Here's the backup, him and Yuri play in tandem. Davideus will break through. And Bangs of FURIA ripped out.
And these were players brought in to uplift paiN to make that next step, because Big Azera inside of this team, 2 challenger stages at major, 2 legend stages at major, being within touching distance of these playoffs. It took imports to take paiN to the next level, to push them in to that top 8. So close so many times, finally paiN are there, and they don't want to go out with a whimper. NQZ, another famed opener onto Molodoy.
Sending Snow back, sure, but everyone else is grouped for this A hit. Bomb's going back to join Snow.
What a shot.
This becomes a fake on the fly. They're going back in a B. And it's only Yuri here. Retrieved orb from Molodoy's body. Can he put it to work? First shot lands. Yuri keeps FURIA interested in this retake. The orb keeps the pressure on. Been wanting to see a bit more from NQZ in this quarterfinal series. This was the guy who was lights out to get paiN here. Versus a FURIA who, when they went international, their first move was to look abroad for Orpers. Now would have been the time to show us what the Brazilian Orb can do. Instead, it's Davideus digging deep.
That's it.
Charged up by Yuri. Molly on the bomb and just wasting time. There isn't time for Yuri to win this. And so that is a wild clutch put up from paiN. This scoreline continues to widen.
Winning yet another post plant on the B bomb site. Yuri save gun, FURIA, not much else. So paiN position to continue to run away unless Yuri has other ideas.
FURIA trying to give a little less respect here, get aggressive to open up this round with the hero gun.
Issue is they've lost the bomb.
paiN now, it's a rescue and recovery mission. But this whole time, they're still having to hold on to these extremities, hoping that they can catch someone like fallN right now, where they've got trapped in this corner, out on an island. Snow, in the meantime, has thinned the herd. They know they have a guy trapped over here in main. It's just paiN they can't find.
So the captain goes through the water, around the world, trying to time DGT on this flank. As he picks up the bomb, fallN will come up the stairs. This could be a shot in the back of the head.
Timing's feeling so good for fallN, and there's the free kill. Around the world to collect it. Snow just doesn't have time. 25 seconds here. Bomb dropped over in mid. paiN still a question mark, still not known about. Snow tries to put distance between himself and this player in middle, but it's fallN laid out in front of him. Snow's own inspiration is the one he's got to beat to get this bomb planted. And fallN, what if he never gives him the fights? What if he never gives him the chance? And there it was, passing it by.
FURIA won this round. Why can't paiN? A weakened B site. Timing is everything for Yakinda. That CT volley, they just don't respect it. They're going to go right through. Overwhelmed. Yakinda almost tames it. 2 on 3. They've got a shot.
fallN tries to play it forward, straight through and into the Lion's Den with DGT and Big Azera, and clean work made from FURIA's captain over that B play.
Dude, I love that for fallN, just going through the smoke immediately, fighting down into Con to clear him out. It's getting smoked, but it's really causing problems here for paiN. That's a great Molotov bounce. Big Azera has to smoke as well, and the hunt comes in for Yuri.
Dude, even this is wild though. Like, most of paiN's smokes have been used extinguishing Molotovs here at the start of the round.
Yeah, these are CT mollies. They're not even meant to be threatening, but they're causing a lot of commotion.
Down to next to no util for the actual exec now.
Here they go.
And Yakinda are going to try and bring the fight to them. Plays it straight through dark. Back up from fallN. One more here. It's DGT waiting.
Hit him where it hurts.
And Yakinda, continuing on that aggression, has given them a way in. DGT gets to play his hand now. The one player that's known about. Big Azera is next in the feed. And slowly but surely, this starts to come unraveled. Big Azera battling back into this. paiN in this clutch. Through the back line, he's quick with it, but silent on the approach, stalking his prey. Push up through dark. And Davideus is wounded. paiN knows the pressure is on his opponent. There's been damage done. A bomb to play around shore. paiN is supposed to have a bit of a mental edge here. Meant to do his best work in these clutches. He can't seem to piece this one together though, and time is quickly darting away from paiN.
That's not the round you expect paiN to lose, man.
That's a wild way for this one to pan out, and he just up and leaves.
You almost feel like he was given misinformation. The cautiousness of the bomb site of back plat of the pillar. He continues to look to retake it here for FURIA. Locking paiN out of this bomb site as they put on a bit of a B fake.
Oh, that's a rough attempt at the opening. Big Azera felt like he had a 5v4 right there.
Uh-oh, paiN highlight reel, I feel it.
And even if they get past him, they still have fallN left to worry about. Layers of defense available over on this A side of the map. Good timing on that nade from paiN.
Uh-oh.
They are walking out though, and FURIA didn't seem ready for this. paiN even dropping off now. That leaves him in the prying eyes of paiN. They'll break through this two-man hold. NQZ with a plant. Davideus is worlds away from him, and so for the time being, NQZ has to just buy time.
Great molly.
Gets aggressive. His teammates now set up in main, and so NQZ dying does not mean all hope is lost. Davideus still in this. But half the time ticked off this bomb already. FURIA now know they've got to get a move on. Davideus trying to make the play that makes this a winning half for paiN. And with that incision cutting through FURIA, Davideus has answered the call. That 1v3 delivers some salvation to paiN in this quarterfinal. Looks like he's had enough of riding shotgun. He goes a bit aggressive with the AWP in this round. They hear the walk up on a Yakinda, who does a lot of damage here, but still going to get overwhelmed, and it's losing the position that's a problem to FURIA. Now they constantly have to have this presence, or it's part of mine, just to focus some attention down towards the connector.
They're really forcing this. I feel like they're going to go way too early in this round. paiN have been bleeding it dry time after time, but they're just trying to rush through smokes with flashbangs. It's not looking great until Davideus comes up with a trade. Molodoy in the right position.
This has to be the Molodoy round.
Fall around him. Molodoy missed shot, and this one costs you. That felt like paiN were overcooking, carrying the load on this T side, and now paiN want to end it in a brutal A execute where FURIA do not have anything to hold it back.
Now the only thing they have is manpower, and even that is hastily assembled. A quad push through the camera smoke into the slaughterhouse. Snow, Davideus destroy FURIA on this push through. And so paiN are just 2 kills away from one hell of a recovery on this T side of Anubis. Trying to make this a series that goes the distance after all. FURIA await these smokes, they wait for them to fade, but time is not on their side. This is a retake. You would be looking to save it if it wasn't for it being round 12. They may as well give it a go. Smokes in their way. And so FURIA just try and play through it. This is paiN looking to take us all 3 maps, and they need but a handful of rounds now on this CT half to accomplish that goal. Slowly but surely, paiN have woken up in this quarterfinal. I mean, if you're paiN, you feel like this is the most important pistol round you've played. If you're able to pick this up, you're right there. You're on that fast track to the finish line. If it falls against you, it's game, set, and match. And this one is still up in the air. Fallen looks to make that so.
Don't know.
Now going to go past DGT, who obscures himself in this heaven smoke. Ends up behind enemy lines. DGT, golden opportunity, but shots miss. And now for Snow and Big Azera, dropping in to a lost sight. Yuri not missing a beat. And that's a hot start in the pistol from FURIA. They mean business.
Yeah,
little pep talk from Yakinda, feeling like it's done some heavy lifting. A team that likes this map is more than enough. FURIA are trying to show that.
Yeah. And I think it's a very scary spot to be in for paiN, because very quickly this can turn from, hey, we're in control, this is our match, let's make it 3, to, oh God, we're losing, we're throwing away our advantage.
Aggression in middle. Oh, Davideus collects 2 for free on that push through the mid-smoke. And so FURIA need answers elsewhere. They're going to look to the extremities, going to look. Let's walk out over on B. Yuri, bomb on his back, and an AWP to beat in this head-to-head. NQZ on the line. It's going to sail past. Second, not so lucky. Molodoy cops that. Down to 10 health.
This is stalling out now.
And looking to go nowhere quickly for this FURIA squad. It might just be the save. I mean, this late in the game, you are forced to play the long game if you're FURIA. And so they'll write this one off. Giving him some room to try get involved early on his AWP. But eventually FURIA have to be the one making moves. Flash in a main, and Keserato, a lot of damage, and he will just catch DGT on the fadeaway. That's a huge pickup, a 5v4. And one of the 2 standout players. But it will cost you Keserato's life.
Yeah, they're surrounding this B bomb site now, though. FURIA is still just going to go.
I set on getting past Snow. All alone Orb trying to come through to help him. NQZ flings himself out into the field, into the fray. The NQZ Orb getting aggressive is silenced. And this one ends up in a 2-on-2. Davideus, he's been the guy in these clutch moments, in these important swing moments. It's been there for paiN. Well, this time he's got the captain in the fight alongside him. Knocked out as he makes his play. Davideus has been asked time and time again to step up in these clutches, but that's one bridge too far for Davideus.
5 health, 3 kills, and Yakinda on the 3-2-1 just swings out. Oh, the grenade, not another. Oh,
it's just missed.
He's so lucky.
That would have been the killing blow. Davideus would have found that opening. Instead, paiN still gets to play. Only a few seconds longer. DGT gonna get that kill eventually.
You're almost forced to speed up on a B hit now. The issue is you don't have the bomb. Who's gonna get it? Molodoi crossing middle. And it's one that Molodoi will be late for on this orb.
I mean, he's even running the risk of getting pressured through main.
It's gonna come at the worst time.
And they've just started getting aggressive now. That's the type of game that Molodoi is having. And he might be about to learn a very awkward lesson in this quarterfinal someday. It's just not for you. And he's caught on that push.
Perfect.
In his dying breath, he at least gets the bomb into dark. Linking back up with Yakinda. Yuri can't land a thing though, and paiN is so entrenched. 3 players in this B site to withstand the hit. FURIA need openers. They need something to connect. Fallen tries to provide that first kill to send them in, but it's Snow farming. And paiN leveling up. B play denied, FURIA's money broken. And paiN are right there.
And you do feel like that's a map, right? With the money broken this late in the game, with the read from paiN putting 3B after that A engagement. They know FURIA with no A main control can't recommit to this bomb site. They have not taken middle on this T side. They got destroyed on Nuke. They were not in that game, but this is a different paiN pushing into middle. FURIA just have to pop yet again. Their hand is forced.
And QZ, that's a collateral. They line up for him back in main, and now it just feels like it's on rails for NQZ. 4 in the round. Of playing in a major playoffs, but they rise to the occasion when Anubis rolls around right at the same time. But it feels like the nerves first get to Molodoi. 3 and 15, a shadow of himself in this game. A presence that FURIA is sorely missing, but maybe FURIA want more rounds still to be played. His first few pistol kills come in. It was NQZ on this orb that stopped the last of these pistol pushes into the B site. Well, this time he's pressured all the way back. The orb forced off the line. And FURIA get this control. 3v5. paiN on the extremities. It feels like they're already saving.
Yeah, hang around for Exis perhaps, try and keep the damage on, but they know they're not winning this round, and they certainly don't want to give away this AWP back to Molodoi. As paiN burrow into their bomb sites once again.
I feel like they've tried some aggressive rounds, so they go for something a bit safer here.
Double molly, double molly.
Double Molotov, Big Azera just gets out, but is he really living? 4 HP on the captain of paiN.
Yeah.
As the util burns him to a crisp. FURIA will set their sights on this B play going in to the wounded Big Azera. It's Snow and the NQZ Orb that might have to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. The util starts off, but it's the Orb in the kill feed. NQZ fires off for a double. Finally bested. Keserato left as that last man standing, and Big Azera, the one that got away, takes it over the line for paiN. They've still got fight left in them.
That's more like it. Thursday night brawl here as FURIA run down middle. They're bringing the ferocity to this pistol, and 3 kills in an instant should cement FURIA in this first round. Done just as you like.
It's a bit of a middle finger after Anubis for these slow openers, mid-round Counter-Strike.
If I know Yakinda, I know he's not going to give away much room. The question is whether that's a successful move or not here for FURIA. Towards the end of Liquid, Yakinda was a problem in this position. But reinvigorated, reunited, in a new roster, Yakinda has something to say, and he says it early. Right down on logs. At the dawn of this round, Yakinda and Fallen push paiN out of position. And a statement to start this third map that you get nothing for free in this game. We are coming for you.
So paiN will kind of have this staging area to go for a play here. They've been given some room to work with, and this is enticing. This much space for free. Now they slip past paiN over on long. They actually charge it and they get that kill. World starts to open up a little bit for paiN. They're gonna regroup and look for this split out through the apartments and short. FURIA still very split up in this round, so the pit play, these two players here in this crossfire have got to withstand it. Yuri burnt out Molodoy after a quiet second map. This would be one hell of a time for a recovery. Molodoy! Map 3 sequence to start things off.
This is, as you said, absolutely a map where one mistiming or one over peak, one player staying around in a position too long, not knowing when to fall back, can cost you everything. Davideus plays ahead of the Molotov this time. He gets in Banana and he gets put down. Yakinda, what year is it? This is quick.
Molodoy's already on the line though, is Orb getting here at the picture-perfect moment for FURIA. Snow up next. He's got two players crossing down into the pit, just staring up into the apartments, ready for his arrival. Snow never even gets to play.
Brutal. And now you got a T-side Orb. What are you going to do with it? I could tell you. It's a four-letter word.
This CT side anymore. Molodoy already finding, you can argue, more impact than he did in that second map.
Yeah,
and this one's only just started. Now that is something to consider.
I'll sign that. I'll sign that right now.
It's not even an overthink though, right? Like they went and cleared mid as far as they're concerned. paiN aren't out. They didn't spot Snow in the corner like you say. They had that awkward timing on the NQZ AWP, and that's given paiN this golden window. Once again, more timings handed to paiN. Is Molodoy here to take them all away? That AWP set up in the site has a crossfire with paiN, and it's quite the crossfire indeed. paiN still going. Mo's down 3. Pole position maintained for FURIA.
Oh, this pit's going to be a problem. I can already tell. As FURIA, flawless game right now. Are they going to bring more pace?
I mean, this is FURIA constantly trying to keep paiN guessing. They don't know what type of round they're going to run into. And they never seem to learn till it's too late. Yakinda, aggression down through mid.
They can't keep getting caught off by this. I mean, one thing for it to happen at Banana, but Yakinda running down to bench and catching two players looking the wrong way. These mistakes are unforgivable. This is a fearless FURIA showing up on the stage. A team you could not blame for maybe riding off a little bit after that last map. They looked lost. But now it's paiN, deer in headlights, trying to pop out into pit.
Yuri, good position for him, just striking on that first player out through the apartments, gets the info on the rest of them. Bomb spotted as well on the push out. FURIA don't jump the gun on this.
paiN don't realize how much room they have. It's buying time for these rotates.
And this has meant the FURIA get to rotate in quietly. paiN have no info, nothing to play around here. NQZ is trying to make a move, and it's a move that will define this round, but you don't know if it's right or wrong yet. That's the nature of this rap.
It feels so
Feels
right.
like he's hit this timing though. Spots them on the backstab. NQZ right there, round, palm of his hand. And this could be how paiN finally break through. On the shoulders of a ballsy push of NQZ back through the apartments.
Give it a go, kid.
Molodoy missed shot, and that might just seal his fate. Backing out of the round, he hung around for a moment. But when it didn't come through, there's no point overstaying your welcome if you're Molodoy. paiN get their first round in round 7, and it's off the back of that NQZ flank.
paiN just trying to break the momentum. They flash to clear banana. They don't know who's close. They don't know where Yakinda is. That's the worry. Molodoy on the smoke break. It's not even him. It's all Yakinda, baby. Down through the smoke. 10-2 on the Latvian.
Yeah, he's driving this one home for FURIA. Both hands on the wheel. 10-2 for Yakinda. This AWP here even then just to back him up. Yakinda doesn't need the help. He's operating as a one-man army on banana.
He's showing them what rigor mortis feels like. And paiN is stiff right now, stuck in spawn.
Bomb's a long way away. Even if DGT found success there, the round would only just be beginning. And for Snow, his round might end where it all began, out here on the T-ramp, on his lonesome. The bodies of his teammates all around him. He knows this one is too far gone. There's no heroic part left to play. Snow dead on that swing. The scoreline continuing to swell for FURIA.
I mean, they're still playing loose as well. Look, Fallen's pushing down mid. Yakinda's alone in front of the banana smoke. They're going quick, though. I don't think FURIA will expect this. Pop through the smoke. Molodoy moving back. He hears a flash. Needs to cover. Bigazera finds that entry kill.
Molodoy up next, gonna try and get this reposition off into the pit. It's a crazy move, and it leaves him in the firing line of Bigazera. They know about Yuri up here in the apartments, but knowing's only half the battle. There's a whole separate war being waged for Yuri, fighting on this island, this little avenue in the back line of paiN.
He's looking for the lurk, but the lurk is playing it very slow here. I'm not sure if Yuri's gonna clear this position.
Is he ready for this? Back turned. NQZ, or DGT rather, with another one of these late lurks in the apartments, trying to decide the outcome of the round. Yakinda dispatched to deal with him. Will get past DGT in the back.
Can't walk this, can you? 14-2. I just want to see him run, go for the fences, swing for it.
Fallen first across, but it's Yakinda out of the apartments, plucked from the round. Fallen never given the chance to clutch this. And so paiN trying to open the runway back up right at the tail end of this half.
Yakinda, who said they can win it all. He truly believes it. A major trophy is not unrealistic, according to Yakinda. We'll see if the proof is in the pudding. Picked by that AWP. Follow-up is quick, and that is the B site, and most likely the round.
Bomb is going to be late, and that one kill out of Yuri, you wonder if that's going to entice FURIA.
They volleyed themselves.
That bomb is going to be very, very late, only just now getting picked up.
Oh, God.
Snow late in from the spawn.
Don't throw this one away.
Haven't started moving bodies over yet. It's only paiN here. Smoke spam, no, and suddenly they're interested.
Yeah, you're calling the troops in.
This was the round in which paiN had already done enough. They could have had a 5-on-3. But that bomb being late wastes precious seconds. Smoke spam goes the way of paiN. Now he's sent in with a flash. paiN, they felt like this was theirs. Like this comeback was starting to come to fruition. And now it's left hanging in the balance. That's when NQZ is to earn it. 3 kills deep on this AWP. And just paiN left to find. The guy that got the whole comeback rolling. Got this whole clutch attempt going. But they're just jiggling. They're not making it easy for paiN. And too mobile. He can't hack it. Runs for the hills. paiN, with a shimmy and a jiggle, get onto a third.
In this final buy, they've been very reserved with their economy in this series.
There's these early battles for banana that were where paiN were falling on their sword. Well, they're going to go back to it in the final round
Very quick.
of this first half. They instantly get this top banana control. They apply a lot of pressure from it as well. No one in the sight for FURIA. paiN, They throw in a Hail Mary. They've naded open this top smoke, trying to play through it. Yakinda responds with aggression of his own.
Ready for more?
Hey, Serato making the exact same play, exact same position. But paiN taper off. They don't go through, not yet. They let their AWP take the line. NQZ leaves them in the driver's seat, 4-on-2.
4v2. This should be over. FURIA go for the boost over the top. Made in deep. Awful timing for it if you're FURIA as they get pushed back, and this is paiN stepping up for a 5th round on this T side despite a dominant lead for FURIA.
(7-1) in their favor, and yeah, now paiN well and truly back into the swing of things. Yuri spotted out on this spawn push. Allowed to fish for the first, but goes no further, and Molodoi simply doesn't have the time nor the manpower to win this. paiN stick the landing on this turnaround right at the tail end, the 11th hour of this first half. They give themselves some breathing room. paiN have given themselves a chance
To stop this execute. Fate can only do so much. Smoke blocked, keeps Davideus in position. They check the CT spawn, there's no one coming in. This double pit setup has to hold strong, and nothing comes through from it. Yakinda, brutal entries, 17-6. You talk about these international imports, Yakinda is the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean, even though Molodoi kind of the one who gets a lot of the limelight in terms of his addition to this FURIA team, and I guess the ceiling that it's looking like this guy might be capable of.
Yeah.
For Yakinda, he's your proven pair of hands. He's the one who holds his promise that if you can unlock it and get him back to the level you know he's capable of, you could be onto a winner.
He also adds more than just individual ability, even though he is playing very well right now with a 3KD. We heard him in the voice comms on Anubis trying to calm his team down.
Yeah.
He brings experience.
paiN are ready. Oh, FURIA rounding the corner first is Yakinda. He springs the trap. In come paiN. Yuri trying to wrestle back control over this top mid area. Keeps it even in the 3-on-3. Moment of pause for FURIA. Chance to reconsider. And a chance they won't opt for. They double down on this push out into the top of mid. They're sticking to their guns, looking to follow through on the A play.
Snow gets that smoke out to try and stall them, but FURIA going up and over through into this bomb site, whether paiN like it or not. They just want to find that second player. Snow clearly baiting for someone, something. DGT springs the trap, and 2 kills come through for paiN, making this a reality. That force buy lands, and Snow makes it happen. This could be it. Look at the positions on the minimap. paiN are not ready.
No, this is going to hinge on Davideus having his most impactful round on Inferno yet. He's got a lot of responsibilities here, but he's opened up successfully onto Yakinda. A little further afield out through short. Davideus continues, and NQZ through the back line looks to tear it all away. Just Molodoi, but hold your horses. Those 2 kills he's picked up. Gonna net Molodoi a bomb plant. He's in with a chance here. Oh, this is the type of round where you know you can make your impression, you can leave your mark at a major. In a round like this, Molodoi, a lot of damage, but can't quite get a handle on both those players still up against him.
Yeah, if he had one more bullet in that first mag, he would have got that kill.
It was NQZ from the Brazilian side of things that was looking lights out. Well, here, it does feel like it's the Brazilians making the biggest difference for paiN. NQZ's started to get real fired up on this AWP. Oh, there he is, involved again to find Yakinda down through middle. You
wanna know why I'm worried though? Because FURIA have been super safe with their buys all series long, even opting to eco on CT side. Right or wrong doesn't cut it. The results will tell the story. Fast through this B smoke, 5v3, paiN are poised to win it all.
Snow will get overran, but he's got teammates here to help him. Flash is raining over from the spawn. It's sure up Big Azera's defense. Plant found, but it's going to get run at. Yuri, not long for this world as he's been whittled down low. And he will get finished off. It's another Molodoi clutch attempt. And once more, it won't even come close. paiN have tied up this game. Never looked to go international in the past because he wanted his first major trophy to be with Brazilians for Brazil. And it's him who has struggled to get any purchase in this third and final map.
30 seconds.
But they come, missed shot from NQZ. That's a golden opportunity. This guy's not been missing much, and he won't the second time around. DGT and Davideus line up a double. This is starting to come unraveled as paiN are building and now running towards that finish line.
Is this how FURIA fall? Oh,
they're the ones making aggressive moves now. That was how this game started with FURIA. No holes barred aggression.
And they show Yakinda just how it's done. He did it all first half. He has not had a kill in 7 rounds.
And in a matchup of, two Brazilian cores going head to head, it will have to be the Brazilians on FURIA that bail them out. Queserato on this push in, first to fall. Snow, surely not another multi-kill round on his path to the semis. Molidoy made it past, but not for long. And a reblock in at top banana. Things go from bad to worse for FURIA.
The wheels have just fallen off the wagon. They are tumbling here in Texas. Not a shooter in sight for FURIA. Not a close round to talk about. Not a chance. As paiN do not just the improbable, they're about to do the impossible.
It started with Davideus and DGT, the two freshest faces in the paiN jersey, keeping them alive in this quarterfinal long enough for a map 3. And then NQZ got activated. Snow's had his moments. Slowly but surely, paiN have come alive. They're gonna have to do this round without their captain, Bigazera, dead first. Burnt out at the top of banana. Will he get to sit back with a smile on his face? Because throughout this whole thing, he's felt like his team have had his back. Not like in majors gone by, where Bigazera was the sole plane on which paiN's success was defined. DGT, just good for the first, and FURIA live to fight another day. They'll break through the A-hole. They battle back into this. They want one more round on this stage at least.
They're gonna get it. FURIA avoid the stack. They go into the quiet site. They go into that AWP. NQZ, a rock on these opening kills. So reliable, he needs to be once again.
Spots one on the jiggle. NQZ, the star of paiN, makes that first incision. And now they've got Bigazera joining them. Now this side of the map gets padded out second by second. FURIA's task gets made that much harder, that much more unlikely, that much more impossible. Missed shot for NQZ, but it won't come to matter. paiN are withstanding this. paiN are right there. Fallen has delivered a grain of hope, but it's small, it's fleeting. Yuri trying to battle back into this. Can they stick the landing on this turnaround? DGT suddenly finds himself the sole survivor. Will he be the one to deliver glory to paiN? Or are there still more rounds left to play? Fallen thinks so! FURIA run it back! 35 seconds. And that's right as FURIA looks to take control over long. DGT,
No way.
head taken, clean off. 20 seconds, time keeps counting down. paiN, one kill from their AWP in the right place would be worth a semi-final. NQZ, they're running at him, they'll charge him down. The bomb planted with seconds to spare. FURIA never give up. Eighteen-year-old Snow, young guy in the paiN jersey, came up under the wings of Fallen and his YouTube videos.
Oh.
Now with a chance to snatch the semi-finals from him. It's Big Azera, the captain of paiN, that's opened this. Guy who spent years trying to build a major contending roster. Always deeper runs than you would expect out of the Brazilians, but never with a chance to make it to the silverware. Well, he's the one to kickstart this, 5v4. paiN sit back. It's FURIA to make the next move. Fallen on the creep up through the apartment, smoked off, plays through it, right in to this crossfire. Molidoy with an important trade. This next fight, so valuable, and paiN is the guy to pick it up. From bottom of the board, that is a swing kill to find your way into this 2v3.
Molidoy in the postpartum with an AWP. He's got a full belt as well. Pulling those nades at the wrong time could cost you everything. They could also shut down paiN, and any chance on this retake, they round the corner, they fall immediately. Molidoy making magic happen as FURIA come back from a lost map into overtime. Snow can't stop them. FURIA have found it. We go the distance and then some.
QZ not one to shy away from a challenge. Hangs around in top middle. Not deterred by the util. Yakindar caught all on his lonesome, and there's NQZ playing in tandem. Now with the clear in top mid, it's a decisive advantage taken for paiN here. It always seems to be the way, that elusive 13th they couldn't find multiple times over. Oof. Clean opening out of Yuri. Are they ready for Davideus? Doesn't look like it. He'll tear through them, just paiN.
This ain't happening.
We'll have a bomb plant guaranteed. There's no one who can deny that.
Boom.
But there's the nade. And so paiN, there's that 13th round they were looking for, just a little too late in the night.
It's often the case, right? The team that he was the carry in this game, his absence is noted.
DGT, aggressive pathing, and more opening deaths for Yakindar, from bad to worse. paiN play with some fire in their hearts to open up this CT side in OT. They bring aggression in spades. paiN only just now landing a punish, bringing it back into a 3v4. Still favorites to paiN. That jiggle gets rid of Snow. Rare overstep from him over towards this B site. Suddenly felt like a foregone conclusion on this round. That early 5v3 is left hanging in the balance, and no one knows, quite like paiN know, the difference that one round can make. They've got to do everything they can to hold on to this one. Util in onto Big Azera, softens him up. And they're ready with the clear, but still missed shot from Molidoy. Big Azera gets to keep the pressure on. There's still no bomb plant for FURIA.
Is NQZ calling for something? Is he going to go through?
It's this duo of Yuri and paiN that have to pick it up, but it can't happen, not with Davideus. Silently creeping in on a perfect timing.
NQZ mollied out, has to make a call. He plays on the edge of it. It doesn't quite spread to his position. He's still got a chance to take one shot, and it connects. Disappearing is FURIA in middle. They walk into this crossfire. They get turned to mulch. Compost, Fallen can't follow up. It's NQZ, a three-piece to find a flawless half for paiN.
Man, usually when it's paiN left up in clutch moments, you're willing to extend him the benefit of the doubt. You're willing to say, don't count him out of this. But he's not been a force to be reckoned with in these clutches for FURIA. They've often felt a little tame. And there's still so much util to burn through here on the paiN side. They can take pace out of this. They don't need to. Not with NQZ. Hot hands on the mid control.
With 4 semi-final points. This time they have 3. This time they have to land.
And they hit this OT. Something changed about how paiN were playing. It stopped looking so fearful. There's fire in their hearts now. And that is a quick double opener. Big Azera with a blinder up through Banana.
I've just never seen it before. 18-6 to 18-20. 14 deaths without a single kill for Yakindar. It's just been the worst way to lose to success beyond their wildest dreams, and FURIA just have to wait, hoping, praying these kills come to them.
Gonna be Molidoy and Yuri in the hot seat. Molidoy caught sleeping at the wheel.
3v1.
Yuri and Queserato, it was these two coming into this year. They signed the contract extensions with FURIA. They locked themselves in for that much longer. And this would be the time to show us why, but it's just Queserato left. Other side of the map in what feels like a done quarterfinal. paiN pull up coming into this as underdogs versus a fiery and informed FURIA that ran flawlessly through stage 3 to get here. It's their first time on a stage this big, this important, and they rise to the occasion. There is fire in their hearts. The torch has been passed, ripped from the hands of Fallen and FURIA. paiN fly the Brazilian flag into the semi-finals.